Up as we take a look at the 18 players that Nebraska's lost so far in the portal. I mean, Dylan Raiola is the big name, but is there somebody else on this list or this page right here that you think to yourself was a big loss?
Well, for me personally, I think Malcolm Hartzog changed the way that they're going to play defense.
Exactly.
We undersell it because sometimes we don't really know what we're watching, and we think guys just aren't very good, but losing Hartzog, I think, and having to move Sierra Wright and the juxtaposition of what everybody else had to do, I thought hurt Nebraska tremendously, especially being able to tackle out of the nickel spot.
Damon, have you heard anything on where he might land, Hartzog? I mean, I haven't seen any chatter out there.
Yeah, I think he wants to go closer to home. And, you know, he's a guy that looked at the portal last year. He was so banged up and kind of out of sorts that he just was looking for a fresh start. They got him to come back, and I always worried about him maybe leaving this year.
Let's go back to that other page. I want to talk about real quick on the other page. Can we just slide back? Is that possible to hit the reverse button? I'll hit the reverse button. I want to go back to the other one. I wanted to ask you really quick when we go back to it. So, Caden Vermas, young kid, local, right? Maciejczak, a lot of guys talked about him. Is there somebody on this list that kind of stands out to you?
I liked Maciejczak just because of his athletic ability. I loved that he was a decent basketball player in high school. I don't like losing your offensive line, defensive lineman.
I like
Keona.
Jalen George.
He didn't play much, though.
George is going to go to Tulsa. Maciejczak signed with Wyoming.
Yeah.
Wyoming,
So anytime you lose guys in the trench, I think Keona going there, that's probably my least favorite guy that left. I think he hasn't hit his ceiling yet. His production wasn't to where it needs to be, but I think he can get there, and he's young. Played a little bit as a freshman, played a lot this year as a sophomore. My biggest jump for me personally, production-wise, from my sophomore to junior year, but only having 1.5 sacks through 2 years. The production wasn't there where it needs to be, so it'd be interesting to see where he lands because they could get a kind of a diamond in the rough.
I think we got to talk about this out loud. And you studied the draft, you played it. Wouldn't you make the case that D-line is where rigor matters the most? Yeah. But it's where people get the most impatient. I look at Keona Davis's ceiling. It's incredibly high. But I look at the overall production and I'm like, you're not scratching the surface. That's about reps and volume. Right. And sometimes it's like D-line is the one place where I think it goes out the window the quickest.
Look at Ty Robinson.
Is that the night?
How much are we talking about Ndamukong Suh his sophomore year?
He
had to go have surgery.
Halfway through his junior year, we were ready to call him a bust.
And then you really start talking about him.
What about Ty Robinson?
Ty Robinson's a great example. It took him 3 full years before you really
you got to be patient.
Do you agree with that, D-line?
No, 100%. You have to be so patient at that position because it's not for the faint of heart. And you have to go to some dark and bad places mentally. Every day to produce and to get yourself better each and every day. And that comes with age, it comes with maturity, and that comes with the ability to attack practice every day with the right mental fortitude to say, hey, I'm gonna get better today. Because you can kind of throw your hat, you can kind of, if you don't want to go about it the right way, you can make it through, and that's where your production falls. That's where you don't develop the right way. But if you can attack it the right way, you can get really good really, really quick. And he's a guy that whoever he lands, if they get all that out of there, they're going to get a hell of a football player.
Some of the craziest guys in the history of the NFL were defensive linemen. We're fired up.
You just have to be, it's just that one position where you just got to be willing to go through it every day, and then all of a sudden it'll click.
I always say you have the ability to embrace the suck.
Yes. Sean, a guy that I really liked was Keanu Torres, Houston Keanu Torres. I liked him as an interior offensive lineman. Based on his tape, it just didn't get a chance.
Yeah, I'm just kind of a Raiola-type marriage. I mean, obviously Donovan, his wife, lived on the island, so he recruited the islands and had the great relationships over there. So a lot of that is just going to go away. And in all reality, besides, that era with Raiola's and Fonoti, how many Hawaiian linemen have been successful at Nebraska? I mean, it's a tough fit to adjust a guy into this culture from Hawaii, and I'm sure he's going to go somewhere out west, somewhere closer to home. But you're right, Keanu Torres, had potential.
How about how he changed his body type? His offseason was incredible.
Yeah, Talmua is another one to kind of watch. He's still here,
right?
But he was a high-priced acquisition a couple of years ago.
They talked about him in some of the press conferences. So
he's good on the bus rides over. I hope he stays.
Oh, really? He's good for that. Let's go over to what Nebraska needs in the portal. Obviously, they have a quarterback now. They had a quarterback, then they didn't have a quarterback. Now they got a quarterback. Let's talk about Anthony Calandria a little bit. What you like about him? What you think about him?
Yeah, I think his ability to dual threat. I think that's what I like, and I know it's what Nebraska wants to get to. I've always said it. I've said it. DB said it. I've said it numerous times. Playing 11-on-11 football is important. Me as a defensive player, when you have a quarterback that has a threat to keep it, if you do not play strong, disciplined defense, attack the rush lanes the right way, communicate the right way amongst the D-line, how you're going to rush the quarterback in certain situations. Eye discipline is huge when you play a mobile quarterback. I think Nebraska's offense going forward just has to have that dynamic, and he presents that. And I love the fact that he has produced and been with some good coach. I mean, Dan Mullen, you and I were before he's the head coach now at UNLV. That's a good football coach. That's a good offensive football coach. And having that guy in your ear each and every day, not coming over, and having those reps that he's produced, there's something to be said for that.
And let's not sleep on how white his teeth are. I mean, that kid gets into the brush.
I'm just telling you, that room needs an injection of confidence and leadership. And I'm an ACC honk. I watched Virginia. I watched him at UNLV.
Yep.
His maturity and confidence, don't sell that short, because sometimes you just have to be willing to go there, right? Gronowski was a winner. I watched him a ton at SDSU. I knew he was going to help Iowa just because it may not always look the way you want it to, but he's not going anywhere. And he doesn't need a babysitter. And he gives me a lot of those vibes because it hasn't always been rainbows and butterflies for him, and he's found a way to come out of the back end.
If you want to look at him, throw in a New Mexico game. Just go and go to YouTube.
And that's a good football team.
That's a really good
Jason
defense.
Eck is a good football coach.
And he eventually took them out. Need another quarterback, though?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go out and get somebody. The challenge is, like, it's somebody that's good enough but not good enough. You know, it has to be a guy that fits the puzzle and the budget.
Like Davila was.
Yeah, just a third guy that you can bring. I mean, Jalen Gramstad kind of was the perfect third guy in that marriage, but you need somebody else. You know, and Bodie Sukup is a well-liked guy on the team.
Super well-liked. Good call.
And I do think he's got potential. They love him in the program, and you hope Bodie makes a jump and kind of becomes the next Gramstad in that room long term.
I'd love to see Flores just sit somewhere for a while.
I know.
He had moments, I'm telling you, this season. I watched 2 or 3 games where he made throws. He looked really good. That team was just horrible.
And I
It's not
get
a
it.
bad team at Oklahoma
I
State.
get it with what happened in 2025 in a record-setting high school in Omaha, but Flores is still the best pure passer
Right.
that I've seen come out of the state. But to your point about Sukup, tremendously well liked. I was just having a conversation with Caleb on the way down here and for an event, and Bodie's name came up, and he said, he's like, that's my boy. I love him. Like, everybody enjoys him in the locker room, and he has that presence. I don't know if they need another quarterback, but they definitely would take one.
Do they need another running back? We mentioned this earlier. Nelson, Mosey, Ives, Rule, Booth, Kenneth Williams. That's your room right now. Do they need somebody else?
You know, no one has emerged as a visitor, and that's the first clue. So is there something that we don't know?
Maybe they're in the Final Four.
Well, they only brought one
Yeah.
in last year, and that was Sharmar Brown.
Right.
And could that be the guy this year?
It's not a
Exactly.
it's not a
They're
position
still playing.
that they bring guys in on campus for whatever the reason. It's I mean, they've had one in 2 years.
Yeah. So just one wide receiver, mostly the UCLA kid, right?
If they can
Rodney.
get him, I mean, he's the #1 receiver. He had 10 catches in the USC game to close the
in
year out.
season for just 70 yards.
14 targets. I mean, so he would be a nice replacement for Dane Key. I think when you look at what he could bring to the
Caught
table.
his first touchdown pass of his career against Nebraska last year. So they've seen him play. They know what he can do.
But I think when you lose Dane Key, this would be a great guy to add. I don't think you need to go as like last year. They went crazy on wide receiver, and I don't know if that's what Raiola really wanted. And they don't need to go as crazy. I think they have some good players in the program that they can develop that will play next year.
How many defensive linemen they need?
4.
Are you
Give me
saying
4.
four? You need because you're going to play a 4-2-5. You need 4 guys.
Well, you lose Keona, you lose Judy,
Jalen George.
Jalen George. Give me 4.
Zero
Yeah.
high school recruits, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
But
when Neri coming back,
you got
you
Neri.
got Van Poppel coming back.
Petchak.
You got
And
Petchak. But you need a D-line coach, too.
Yeah.
I
Well, he's coming.
He's
So maybe
coming,
they
I
can
know.
tell him- maybe they
but,
can tell
behind
those
the
people
scenes, but I just
who he is.
You're right. I hope so but yeah, I think give me 4. We've gotten what 2 line in the transfer.
2 O-line, 2 linebackers.
Yeah, and
Same
give me.
quarterback.
Listen, that's an important position. That defense is going to go as the D line goes.
Yeah.
You got to get some dogs up there to replace.
I think you need 3, and you got to get Malcolm Simpson and Tyson Terry
Healthy.
ready to go by halfway through next season.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Malcolm Simpson is a guy that we didn't talk about during the offseason, obviously, because he was injured or during the season, but when you just watch him,
Yeah,
you could tell
he's an
gonna be a
athlete.
dude.
He's,
He's
good
a-
at, he's a really good athlete. He's a
gonna be a
dancing
dude.
bear.
Have you seen his basketball
Yeah,
highlights?
he's a dancing bear.
Yeah, like I love the basketball O lineman, D lineman that play basketball.
He would've
they
played this
usually
year.
equate
He
really
reminds
well.
me of Ray Seals.
Oh, really? Bold statement. All right, so let's go linebacker.
Well, they've
They got
gotten
2.
and you have Shavers back, you have Dawson Merritt back, so you have a good group there, and some other younger players like Christian Jones and Pierce Mooberry.
Mulberry's going to be good.
So I think they're done in the port. I don't know if you need to go any more than 2 at that position right now.
Right. I'm not weight shaming anybody.
I
But
get it.
Vincent Shavers has got to drop down.
I understand.
He's a little thick.
So there's 2. Shavers has got to drop some LBs, as does Christian Jones.
Yes. Unless he's going to play something bigger.
And Hawthorne's going to live with Caleb and Donovan and those guys, so he's ready to go.
Coming in ready to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hit 51 tackles last year.
Will is coming in looking for a job.
And 4 picks as well. And we mentioned defensive backs and who they've lost, what they need to bring in. They got the 1 safety, as you mentioned, coming in. What do you?
Yeah, you'd like to sprinkle in a 1 to 2 more, but there's still a lot of young players.
Yes, tons.
in that back end. So I don't know if it's a necessary need, unless you need someone to fill in at a certain role, a nickel spot or something. You want to get a little more creative in some 3rd and long situations. But there's a lot of really good young talent in that back end. I think you'd like to trust that they can execute what this new defense is going to be running in the fall.
And so people know the 2 teams that are going to be in the championship game, they have an extended window, right? 20th through the 24th, I believe.
Yeah, they get extra days. Now, classes at Nebraska begin on Monday, but you get a whole week after that to enroll somebody.
Yeah.
So there will be time, even if somebody that's playing in the semis or the championship, you can still get them here. Like Rocco Spindler last year was able to make it as late as we've ever seen a guy get here.
Yeah.
So, there is, this window will close after 14 days, but there'll still be opportunities to grab guys all the way.
Let's go to the viewer questions. Matt Rule said we've got everything we need. We have the money to do things. Same time, you have a budget, right? And one of the questions, and a couple of different questions on here is, should they have broke the bank for a guy like Sam Levitt? Should they have spent a ton of money, basically what they spent for Raiola with the $3.5 million?
No, I wholeheartedly disagree. No, absolutely not. I think you have to be very, very smart in how you spend your money. I think Pat Stewart, being with the Patriots for a long time, they understand that as well. Knowing where you're going to spend your money and on your resources. The quarterback position, it's important, but it can't be. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. You got to get offensive linemen. You got to get defensive linemen, and then you can utilize the rest. If Raiola was getting $3 million, there's now $3 million to go get some better offensive linemen, or not better. I'm just saying supplement the offensive line, D line, and get a good serviceable quarterback. Do not. No, you don't want to. $5 million like Sorsby got at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas Tech allegedly got that kind of money, but that's.
I don't know how they're doing their budget because, as we heard earlier, right, it's not like it was last year. It's now, you can get some money from your TV contract. You have the money that's coming from the rev share. They're spending above and beyond that.
I don't believe the numbers, but that's just me.
And they just keep adding guys, too. Every time you look up, they're adding another guy who's supposedly a high-profile guy. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Maybe they'll get looked at. One of the questions is, do you think that maybe Nebraska made out because they ended up getting a guy who had experience at quarterback opposed to having a guy in Minchie who didn't have to start?
I think it's a fair point because I'm guessing you might have had to pay more for Calandria, but in the situation that Nebraska was in, they needed him. And I think when you look at Minchie, he's never started. So I do think you are getting a guy that is a proven 3-year starter, Mount Player of the Year at his level. So in some ways, you can argue Nebraska came out ahead when all said and done because there are a lot of unknowns. Minchie's never played an entire college football game start to finish.
Right. Jake wants to know, Damon, your top 3 position groups that need the greatest influx of talent.
I'm going to start with linebacker, then D-line. And that's a good question. Quarterback.
Yeah, because of the
linebacker, D-line, quarterback.
Yeah. Why can Indiana do it and we can't? I will tell you this. When you were driving up here, did you see any unicorns on the side of the road? Because there's very few of them, right?
Very few of them.
Occasionally, this kind of thing happens. You get a good coach who understands talent, who brings in a bunch of guys from good school.
I had people ask me that question in Vegas last week. I said, hey, Cignetti's a cold-blooded killer, man.
Yes.
It's all ball.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about, and he knows what he's doing.
I broke down almost every audio clip I could find from IUP.
Yep.
He's the same.
Same guy.
He's the exact same.
Yeah. You listen to Saban talk
He
about him.
operates under non-negotiable.
Yep.
That's it.
And Saban talked about him. He said, he came to me and told me he was going to this small school because he wanted to be a head coach. And I was like, he's confident. He's going to make it work.
Yeah.
Saban knew right away when he left.
IUP to Elon.
Yep.
To
It never lost.
James Madison.
It never lost. Winning season.
To Indiana. Like,
Everywhere he went.
just find me a similar
Sean, where do you
profile.
think, Greg wants to know where Raiola may end up?
Great
He's got
question.
Oregon written down here, but I know.
I mean, a lot of Oregon will depend on what happens there, but maybe it would be good for him to go there and sit for a year.
Yeah.
And he's got a red shirt. Maybe he needs a year to recalibrate and kind of figure things out, get his mind right, his body right, because he will be coming off that injury. But it is extremely quiet on the Raiola front.
Yeah.
You know, Louisville was rumored to be a spot. Well, they got a guy. Oregon, Missouri, you hear. I mean,
Dante Moore leaves.
I still think Miami's the dark horse.
Okay.
I think Miami's a dark horse.
And they don't necessarily need a mobile quarterback. They haven't necessarily had one. So that makes a lot of sense. Last question really quickly. In terms of running backs, you think we're good in terms of the number of running backs? Okay. That was from Tyler. Dale Tyler wanted to know any more running backs going into the portal. Let's get to burning questions. We'll start with you, Sean.
How will Nebraska win the offseason this year? That's been kind of the theme every offseason. You know, the momentum, the buzz. They're in a tough spot, I think, going in this offseason, just with the way the season ended. I think there's some tough hurdles ahead that Nebraska's going to have to fight to kind of get this offseason to where the fan base is ready to go for the season.
Easy for me. How will they navigate the self-inflicted stuff? If you want to get better as a program, you got to start with eliminating the things that are where you're your own worst enemy. How will they attack those?
For me, it's identity. Get back to being a physical-minded, physical practicing football team. Establish that identity. The schedule is much more difficult, but you get that identity established, things will start going the way they need to go.
My burning question is this coaching staff and how they come together. Turned it over, all three new coordinators, offensive line coach, defensive coach, how they come in and how they come together to make this a better team, both in practice and on the field.